So I seen something today that made me go, that would be a pretty decent move, because we can all agree that the Vikings secondary is the weakest point on our defense and quite possibly our whole team, right? Because we don't have that veteran type experience. I mean, Byron Murphy, yeah, and stuff like that, but we need a little bit more experience there. Some young guys that are probably going to get burnt all season long, or there's going to be times where, they make a play on a ball like a Caleb Evans or Andrew Booth Jr. or, Byron Murphy. These guys can do good things, but the chances of that happening are pretty slim, okay? It's going to be a tough year, or it could be a tough year. Now, I have high hopes. I think we're going to be dominant, at least the rest of our defense, because of Brian Flores and stuff like that. But look, today I seen this, and we're going to get right to it. Alex Ballentine of Bleacher Report basically said this: Bradley Roby should be on the Vikings' radar. He's been on a lot of good teams, including the Denver Broncos team that won Super Bowl 50. Yes, he started out with the Denver Broncos, won a Super Bowl, bounced over to Houston, played with them for a little bit, and then he ended last season, I believe, with the New Orleans Saints at corner. Now, he's not a great corner by any means at all, okay? But he's a veteran, experienced veteran player that has been to the big game, knows what it takes to get there, and is pretty decent in the slot. At least that's what I've gotten a little bit of information from a different insider. Shout out the Denver Broncos Syndicate host, Gage Madrid, who told me if you need a slot corner, he's probably your go-to guy. He even said that the Denver Broncos were looking to bring him in last year when their slot corner went down and stuff. Now, he doesn't strictly play slot. He can play other positions, but his size may say, hey, slot is the best option for him to have the most success at. But at 30, he's 31 years old. It's not that big of a deal, but it would be a pretty decent signing. And the reason they said he should be on their radar is because we don't know what we got in store. Okay, week 1 is this Sunday when we take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to evaluate our DBs, our whole team, and see what position groups do we need to add to, make better, or, stuff like that. And I think Bradley Roby could be the guy that is on the Vikings radar, that is like, hey, we're slacking in the DB department. Maybe Andrew Booth Jr. just isn't living up to the hype. Let's get some help there. Maybe we have to have Byron Murphy on there, number 1. That takes him away from the nickel or that slot position. Bam, you place Bradley Roby there. We still have Mekhi Blackman, who's a rookie. A Caleb Evans should be pretty decent. So this guy could be on the Vikings' radar just to help, bring some more experience in that secondary, and I think it'd be a good signing. Now, in his career, these are his stats. Nothing is going to blow you away. 50 or 40. 40 to 50, 60 tackles basically a season. He's going to get an interception potentially every once in a while. He's not going to be a superstar guy by any means. He's just going to be there to do the job, lock up that slot, maybe guard a tight end if he needs to, and kind of go from there. So it's nothing. It's not a superstar corner. It's just another depth piece add, maybe a little bit more veteran experience. That's what I'm basically getting at. Now, who is Bradley Roby? What would we be dealing with if he does come here? Well, yes. Okay, I said before, he is 31 years old, and he is coming off his worst season as graded by Pro Football Focus. But Bradley Roby has been a consistently above average player throughout his career. So one down year doesn't necessarily mean that he's headed in a total decline. Bradley Roby had earned a Pro Football Focus coverage grade above 67 in each of those 3 previous seasons. Now, he does stand at 5'11", 195 pounds at corner with great speed. So that's good. Bradley Roby can play both out wide and in the slot. Shout out to Gage Madrid on Denver Broncos Syndicate. Basically said he'll have the most success at that slot position. Now, he would bring versatility, which is what Brian Flores wants, experience and playmaking ability to the Vikings, who could ease him into their defense as depth behind starters Byron Murphy Jr., Caleb Evans, and Mekhi Blackman. So yes, I think this guy should be on the Vikings' radar. I think if our DBs just don't look great against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, maybe we look to sign Bradley Roby or other corners out there just to add some more experience to the roster, maybe help us out going through forward through the rest of the season. But Bradley Roby should be on the Vikings' radar. I'm not 100% sure if he is at this point. We really haven't heard much news other than that article written by Alex Ballentine. So you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about this. Should the Vikings look at Bradley Roby and potentially sign him to the 53-man roster? Also, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night, folks, and Skol Vikes.